So about 13 years ago, I lost my brother to suicide. He was 62 years old, and none of us really had any idea of the depth of his sadness and his loneliness. So it was a real trauma to all of us to hear about this. But I will tell you that the end of his life was not the end of his communication with us, with me. I had a dream not long after he passed that the phone rang, and I answered the phone, and it was my brother's voice saying, I said hello, and he said, well, hey, sweetheart. And that's what he always said when he called me. And I just, of course, in the dream was so excited to hear from him and said, well, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And I said, how are you? How are you? And he said, I'm okay. I'm really fine. I'm good. So that was very comforting to me. Another thing that happened, one of many things, was that I was at my parents' house in the Outer Banks of North Carolina in their living room. And often when I would go down there to visit, because that's where he had spent the last week, one of the last weeks of his life, all the electricity was out, and my parents sat and talked with him. They had no choice but to just talk with him for every night for a week, which was truly amazing. But after that, when I would go down to their house, I would feel a little uneasy. Like I just had this kind of creepy, icky, kind of sticky feeling about him being around somewhere. And so I sat on the couch one morning, I was by myself, and I said, Lord, please tell me, I need you to tell me what's happening with my brother. Is there anything that he wants to tell me? Is there anything I need to know? So I looked over at the chair where my brother had sat when he was visiting, and I felt the Holy Spirit say to me in my spirit, she said, I like to think of the Holy Spirit as a woman. She said, your brother wants you to know how sorry he is for the trauma and the sadness that he's caused everyone. And so I was thinking, I said to the Holy Spirit, I said, please, if what I want him to know is that we love him so much and that he is forgiven. He's such an important part of our lives. We just want him to know that we love him. We just want him to be happy and know that he is free. He is free at last from everything that troubled him, that hurt him. And from that time on, I didn't have that feeling again. I felt good. I knew that he was settled and that I could be settled too. So I'm so grateful. And thank you for letting me share that today.
Well, thank you, Kristy. I think that so many of us have lost people. I've lost my beloved partner, and the holidays bring that empty place at the table to mind.
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
And it's so gratifying to reach the point in the grieving process where the sadness about the empty place at the table, that you can move through that into the sense of an eternal connection.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
one of the things that has made this possible for me. Mm-hmm. To enjoy the holidays is not denying that there's an empty place at the table, mm-hmm. but moving through that perception into a greater reality.
Yeah, so true. The veil is thin. I feel like God is always telling me the veil is thinner than you know. I'm right here. We're all right here. Your cloud of witnesses is right there cheering you on. I'm with them. I'm with you. And it's all is well, really. In the heavenlies, all is well.
So friends, we hope that you can take this message today. And if there is an empty place at your holiday table, we invite you to look past that into the eternal place where love abides forever and ever. We thank you. And thank you, Kristy. Bye, everybody. See you next time.
Bye. Thanks.